lyrics! All right, welcome back again, everybody, to Love Lyrics Podcast. I'm super excited to talk to you today. First real official episode, and so we're going to get into it. I want to talk to you today about my music, my new album, Chapter 2. It came out on July 11th, and I wanted to run through each song, a little bit about the story behind the creation of the song, whether that be the lyrics and the story behind kind of why I created it, but also, the story behind the production, the guitar playing, and other pieces to it. And so I want to run through each song just a little bit for you here. Hopefully this video is not too long, but I'm super excited to get started with this YouTube channel and this podcast today. I figured I'd pull out the guitar for these. I'll probably play some of the recorded versions too, but I think it'd be cool to play it while I'm talking about it sometimes. So first on that list, Tell Me You Believe. Funny story about it, the intro and the outros are both recorded last. I did the entire album first, and then I said I needed an intro and an outro to it. I really got this idea from the 1975. I really thought that their intros were very iconic to the albums and kind of the theme of their album. And so for me, the albums are called Chapter 1, Chapter 2, but the real theme of the album, the real start, is in that first intro song. And so Tell Me You Believe is really the theme of the album for me. It's about the idea of still believing when there might not be things in front of your face, where you might not see them, when hope might be sparse, can you still believe? And so this is Tell Me You Believe. Tell me you believe that you're loved. Tell me you believe it'll all work out in time. Tell me you believe that you're worth it, just the way you are. I was really proud of the intro and the outros for how they encapsulated the ideas I was trying to get behind in the different songs. And really, the songs came about different parts of my life. They were through multiple years. I really started writing them in 2022, and only one of the songs was really written this past year. And so it was really interesting to see how the themes still were very cohesive to each other, and how Tell Me You Believe and We'll Get to Chapter 2, I think, set up and ended the album beautifully. Tell me you believe that you love. Tell me you believe it'll all work out in time. Tell me you believe that you're worth it, just the way you are. Next up is Loophole. Loophole is this song about trust. It's about the idea that you can't have anything good in a relationship if you don't have trust. And so trust is a choice, trust is behavior, and again, you can't fake around it. There's no loophole to it, and that's sort of the tagline here. But the song didn't start with that tagline. The song started with this little intro that really talks about the idea of losing hope again. And so it goes with, I don't know how to write what I feel. Lately life's been nipping at my heels. I think the other cool thing to add about this song is that it started in this slow pattern for years. It's kind of stayed in my head wherever I go. And it stayed there for a long time until I was going to record it, and I was listening to a lot of Noah Kahan, a lot of Lumineers, and thinking the song missed a lot of energy. And so a lot of those folkier artists have this kind of chug pattern, this little... And so I wanted to incorporate that into the song, a little bit of that stitch season sound, As you promised me that I was more than all the miles combined. Really that. And so at the end of the chorus, when I said, loophole to us, it is... in my head, wherever I go, when it hurts some more, then I'll let it show. So in a nutshell, that's Loophole for you. A little bit of Lumineers, a little bit of Noah Kahan mixed in with that sad, desperate hope, and realizing that you need trust at the foundation of any relationship. All right, Take Home Type. Take Home Type for me, it sounds a little country, honestly. Not when I sing it, but could be a good country song. Is about the idea of finding someone great that you want to take home, and not in the promiscuous way, more in the way of they're just a good person. You want them to meet your friends, your family, and someone you want to invest in. And so it's really about finding a really cool person that you want to spend time with. She got a little bit of everything one could need. Got a beautiful smile and a love with me, alright. A little bit of quirky and it's out of size. Smart and lovely with a fine looking. I don't know why I do that. Following a little bit of Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, there's a little snippet that he does not curse in his music because someone in a taxi cab told him he wouldn't let his kids listen to him if he cursed, and it seemed to work out well for him. I figured, might as well make it as radio friendly as possible. But this is a little bit of the chorus, the Take Home Type. Girl, you made me wanna stay out late, make a fool of myself, 'cause I just can't wait. Keep loving you, and baby, I'm buying the hype, 'cause you're the take home type. And for me, I love this little tap. I was trying to find ways to make it a little bit more interactive on an acoustic guitar, and for me, this song just vibes on acoustic guitar. It has the little shut sound to it, and in the chorus, it rides this nice high notes, and then it goes there, and then it has this little change up where it's, and for me, that chord change just makes it sort of hit home, and no pun intended, hit home, where it has this like goofy, quirky, in love feel, and for me, that was the vibe for Take Home Type. That's how you should feel when you're finding the person that you're looking for. Girl, you made me wanna stay out late and make a fool of myself, 'cause I just can't wait to keep loving you, baby, I'm buying the hype, 'cause you're the take home type. Alright. Moving on to I Guess I Was Expecting. Probably the funniest name of any of the songs on my album. It was just kind of a line that stuck in my head, and so I made it the entire title. I Guess I Was Expecting is about what you think it's about. It's about a breakdown of a relationship, a breakdown of two people where you expected something to happen, like them calling you up in a day or two, and they didn't do that. And so what's funny again about this is I tend to write every song on my acoustic guitar. I'm not really much of a musician outside of the acoustic guitar and a little bit of singing. And so what's funny is that it really stayed for me again in this sad boy acoustic sound. I guess I was expecting you to call me up in a day or two, say I'm sorry for all the drama, I love you. That sounds pretty, but something about it, I wanted to have a rockier sound to it. I wanted it to have a little bit more of energy. I often get told I don't have enough energy in my music, and so I think there was a little bit of me being spiteful to it, and I wanted to make a rock, kind of a little bit of punky, a little bit of Green Day sound into it, and so I just kind of took those bass chords that you heard there. It has this cool part where I think I stopped doing these straight up notes and doing a little bit more of this dirty sound where I'm kind of doing triads and dyads where I'm like, again, it needs an electric guitar, it needs me to have some distortion, also it's going to sound like crap me trying, but I'll let you listen to it right here. Moving on. Wait and See. Probably my favorite song on the album, in all honesty. It's been my favorite song for a long time. I released it back in 2022. And something about it just sticks to me. I think I love the guitar solo one again because it kind of sounds like a mixture of a build up like Coldplay Fits You, but also a little bit of Oasis in the guitar solo. There's a song by Oasis called Don't Look Back in Anger where it kind of hits this. Again, it's not going to sound very pretty on here, but it hits this little. And for me, that repetitive sound sounds cool when you kind of move it afterwards, and that's what I love about the guitar solo I made in Wait and See. But Wait and See is about, it says it in the title, but I think it's about waiting for the good things to come along. It's this idea that you put in good karma, and you expect some good things back after you put good energy into the universe. And I believe in that. I still do. But sometimes you don't see it. Sometimes it takes longer than you think, and you can get a little tired of waiting. They say good things come to people that wait. I'm tired of waiting. Bad things come our way, and we play it off like fate. My faith is waning. I think this song really just encapsulates the idea that I'm trying to get to with the album. And I think for me, it's that and the energy and the sound of the guitars coming in the background, the buildup of the song that really drives it home for me. And so Wait and See for me is my favorite. It just has the energy. It has the lyrics. It has the guitar solo, which if you learn something about me, it's that I love guitar solos. And I just love Wait and See. It's a great song. Go listen to it. Everybody asks me what I'm looking for. I'm tired of waiting, but I guess I'm looking for all the things I didn't say. One of the later songs I released in this album, I released it back in September before the album came out, and it's a sad song. It's probably, for me, the saddest song on the album. It's, again, about the idea of you expecting something to happen, but more in the side of your own self-reflection. It's more about if you could say all the things that you would say, what would you say to get them to come back? And for me, that's where it started, but it doesn't stay there. For me, it's more about this idea that you can try as hard as you want, but sometimes it just isn't meant to be, and you gotta trust in that. And so this is all the things I didn't say. I know you moved on, probably found someone better. I tell myself, be strong, I'm just a feather blowing in the breeze. The first thing I came up with in the song that I loved was this little bridge into the chorus, and it went a little bit like this. I've been such a mess, I've only been since you left. I thought that was so pretty, and so I wanted to have a drive home, and the funny part about this song is I reference a little bit of Avril Lavigne, The Complicated, where it's like, and I fall, and I crawl, and I break, and I take, sort of that over and over all the things you're doing, for me, is something that I latched onto around this time, and so that's where a little bit of the chorus comes in when it does this. Songs for all the things I didn't say. If it would have turned out a different way. 'Cause I bleed and I fall and I break and I crawl. I can't change the past, even though I wanted it to last. Songs from all the things I didn't say. If it would have turned out a different way. Okie dokie. Artichoke. I don't know what I'm saying now. Not Just Any Die. Not Just Any Die is a song I wrote way back in 2021, 2022 as well. A lot of these songs have been around for a while in my brain. What's cool about Not Just Any Die for me is the guitar picking pattern. I think when I was trying to create this softer love song, I wanted something that sounded delicate and sounded sort of airy. And so I was just playing around, and I actually think I made this guitar part before the idea of the song, and it's what led me to this softer love sound. And I know we haven't met, but I don't want no regrets. I have noticed for quite a while, Gene on Gene is kinda your style. I know I'm not your type, but you look beautiful in white. What's funny about this song is in the bridge section before the last chorus, I was not taking imagery too seriously. I actually was thinking more about train songs. If you ever listen to any train songs, The Drops of Jupiter, or If It's Love, I feel like they just have some of the wildest lyrics that make no sense. And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make lyrics that made absolutely no sense, but sounded like they made emotional sense. And so, you know, like the cold fried chicken, your best friend always sticking up for you. This is sort of my take on that. You're like a runaway train, you're like falling rain, I just can't get enough of you. You're like a diamond in the rough, you're like everything, 'cause I just wanna be next to you. Yeah, not as creative as they are, but definitely out of pocket for me. Like a runaway train, like falling rain, I just can't get enough of you. You're like a diamond in the rough, you're like everything, I just wanna be Hopeless Romantic. I love to refer to this song as a theme song. I made it after watching All Friends, and I just wanted to write something that could fit as an opening for a TV show, something that was vibrant, bubbly, and had this almost over-the-top energy to it. And so for me, Hopeless Romantic is that song that has a little bit of those elements that you hear in a lot of my songs, a little bit more of that dreamy, somewhat sarcastic tone, but it's over top of this beautiful, vibrant track that has this really cool piano at the start. It's actually not even me. It's a lot of tools and Logic. I don't play piano that well, and so it might all be fake, but it sounds really pretty. Here's a little bit of Hopeless Romantic for you. I'm such a hopeless romantic. How will I ever say this right without being filled up in it? But you were just the prettiest sight. I'm such a hopeless romantic. How will I ever say this right without being filled up with panic? You were just the prettiest sight. I know you. Okay, moving on to Put Me Back Together. Put Me Back Together is a not so fun song. Again, it's quite sad and lonely, which seems to be a trend here. But I was listening to a lot of Morgan Wallen and Jason Isabella at the time, sort of that mixture of Cover Me Up, his own cover, Morgan Wallen's cover of Jason Isabella, where I love that song. It's beautiful. It's about this idea of somebody coming in and changing their life for the better. And this is my sad take on it. It's this idea of wanting someone to come do that. When you're in that moment of desperation, when you're in that moment of hurt, nothing feels better than hoping there's good out there. And so it's a little bit put me back together. Put me back together, carry me on, 'cause I don't wanna be alone anymore. And take me in, cover me up, tell me I'm enough for you tonight, and make everything alright. And see, I even referenced Cover Me Up in there, and so it's a little bit of an Easter egg for you in the song where it's kind of showing you where my heart and my head was at the time. And so that's put me back together. Put me back together, carry me home, 'cause I don't wanna be alone anymore. Take me in, cover me up, tell me I'm enough for you tonight. Okie dokie, Fly By. I love this song. Fly By is beautiful. It's unfortunately on the 7th fret here, so it's way up top. Really high pitched sound. And so, One Day to Love song that sounded very dreamy and that had this component of watching the world fly by, but you don't want to watch it fly by without the person you love. And so that line stuck in my head. That was sort of the inspiration for the song, and the chorus came out of that. And the chorus was the first thing I wrote, and so it's the first thing that comes onto the production when you hear it. I don't want to watch the world fly by without you by my side. Each morning when the sun rises is when I realize I don't want any more goodbyes. Just wanna look into your eyes as I watch the world fly by. Fly by. I don't have much to say about the song, to be honest with you. It really is self-explanatory. It's a beautiful song. I love the production where I did there. I want it to be a little bit more than an acoustic guitar, and so I added in some drum machine pieces there, a little bit of guitar, and the guitar solo, though, I will say is probably the most odd yet it worked thing on the album for me. I was listening to a lot of classic rock at the time, especially a live version of Journey's Don't Stop Believin', and Pink Floyd, those sort of artists, and I wanted to have a really reverby guitar sound that was filling up the space, and so it feels like it doesn't fit in the song, but it does, and I love that. I really didn't anticipate it to work when I tried, and I ended up liking it enough for it to stay, and so that's the fun part, and I'll play it for you here. We're getting near the end. Here. Stay. Stay is the only song that I have written in the past year that made it to the album. And it's not just I didn't write other songs in the year. It's just I need something to close out the album. It didn't feel complete without something moving into the chapter 2 track. And so Stay for me is one of the songs I've written in the past 2 years. And it is about this idea that you don't want someone to go. It's that you had a wonderful time with them. The weekend's over and you don't want to wait longer for it to be bad. You know, when you head out and the weekend's over, you have to go to work, you have to go travel somewhere else if you're, in long distance or in any distance from someone you love. And so it's really about that idea of wanting someone to stay and wanting life to be a bit different than how it is currently, and hoping for that to be the case, in that investment, in that relationship, and in sort of the love that's there. 2, 3, you stay a bit longer, just until the day What can I do to make it true? What else can I say? 'Cause I wouldn't want it any other way. Can't you just stay? Stay For Me is pretty cool because it has this, again, a bridge before the last chorus that I love, and it's a transition from the normal chords that I play, the sort of G-shaped chords that are happening here, and it goes into this whole different, like, modulation. I'm not a music theory expert, don't quote me on these things, but instead of it staying in this G shape here, it goes to, so we never have enough time. So using B minor and F, which is not in the chord progression at all. And C, in perfect serenity. Maybe it's by design. Serendipity. And that's how it goes back into that chord structure for the chorus, is that it hits the D7, which I do know that part of music theory. If you hit the 7 inversion of the chord, you can go back to whatever key you want. So it's something that's very common to change keys, is to hit the 7th inversion, 7 version. Again, I'm not a music theory expert, but hear that sounds very dissonant. And the new chord, the new key resolves it. And so that's what I sort of did there. That's Stay. Can you stay a bit longer, just until the day? What can I do to make it true? What else can I say? 'Cause I wouldn't want it any other way. Can't you just stay? Alright, we made it. We're at the home stretch here. We're on chapter 2. And to be honest with you, I just love this song. I don't have much to say about it. It's the last thing I wrote, and I wanted it to sum up my feelings not only throughout the album and the years I was writing it, but also where my head was at that time. I think I believe a lot in good things coming around, and even when you're in rough times, it's all for a purpose, to lead you towards something a little bit better, as long as you keep your head on straight and you're really, in tune with your values, your heart, and where your intuition is leading you. And I'm even choking up trying to think or talk about this, but I love the lines in that song just because they're starting out with this idea of losing the hope, but it transitions into this beautiful, loving message of love is made for us. I think we'll find it if we're staying true to ourselves. And I love the ending in the last line because it says, I still believe, which is a callback to Tell Me You Believe. And so they're in conjunction with one another, where it's tell me that you believe and I still believe. And so this is chapter 2. 2, 3, 4. I know love was made for us. It's myself I've been learning to trust. I believe, oh I believe. I still believe. I'll let the recording take it out for us. I still believe. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you. I truly appreciate your time listening through all the different songs that I've written and venturing on this journey with me. I think it's beautiful for us to share this connection with each other. And if you like the content, if you like the music, go ahead and listen to it. If you like the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, okay? Thank you again.